In this video, I'll show you the fundamental counting principle formula. I'll also work through 5 examples of using the formula. The fundamental counting principle, also called the counting rule, is a way to figure out the number of outcomes in a probability problem. The basic idea is you multiply events together to get a total number of outcomes. The formula looks fairly simple. If you have an event A and another event B, then all the different outcomes for the events is A multiplied by B. Unfortunately, in your statistics class, you're probably not going to be given an event A and event B. You're going to be given a word problem. Your job is going to be to read the word problem and convert it into this formula. That can be a bit challenging, but what can make the job easier is if you answer 2 questions about the situation. The first question is, how many events or stages are in the problem? The second question is, we want to know how many choices are there for each event or stage. Once you've figured out the answer to those 2 questions, then you can apply that formula. Let's work through a few examples. You take a survey with 5 yes or no answers. How many different ways could you complete the survey? The first question is, how many stages are there? Well, you're told the survey has 5 questions. Those are questions you're going to answer one at a time, so we have 5 stages. The second question, how many choices are there for each stage? Well, in the question they tell us it's a yes or no survey, so there are 2 choices for each stage. Now we can multiply our choices together to get the solution. I'm going to multiply 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. 32 possible options. A fast food restaurant has a meal special with options for drink, sandwich, side item and dessert. We're given a list of choices. We want to know how many meal combos are possible. So our first question is, how many stages are there? Well, you have to make 4 choices. You have to choose a sandwich, a drink, a dessert, and a side. Those are our 4 stages. The next question we want to know is how many options are in each of those stages. This time we have a different number of options for each stage. We have 4 different types of sandwich, 3 different types of side, 2 desserts, and 5 types of drink. When we multiply our options together, using the counting rule, we get 4 times 3 times 2 times 5. That equals 120 possible meal combos. A company puts a code on each different product. The code is made up of 3 numbers and 2 letters. How many different codes are possible? In this example, the stages are the different numbers and letters that make up the code. In other words, the code is made up of 5 numbers or letters. We also have a different number of choices for each of these stages. For the numbers, we have 10 possible numbers. Those are the digits from 0 to 9. And for the 2 letters in the code, there are 26 possible letters from A to Z. So if we take all of our possible choices and multiply them together, we get 676,000 possible codes. For this next example, you may want to pause the video and see if you can figure out the answer. We're tossing 3 pennies. That gives us 3 stages. We can toss a heads or a tails, which means each stage has 2 choices. The solution is 2 times 2 times 2, and that equals 8. And for this final example, pause the video for a second and see if you can find the solution. The stages are the 3 classes, English, History, and Math. For English, you have 2 choices. Math has 3 choices, and History also has 3 choices. If you multiply the choices together, you get 18. I hope you found the video helpful. Please take a moment to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.